Reincarnate by Jessica Cameron. Day, the faded, well-loved interior of a small car. The day outside is overcast and dreary. Through the back window of the car, we see the outline of church. A woman, dressed in hippie attire, sits alone in the back passenger seat. This is Frida. She is gazing outwards as if to another dimension. The door is open and the sound of church bells echoes through. Outside, footsteps crunch on the gravel. And Frida returns to Earth.
Have you got it?
Rowan grips a large glass jar filled with water. Told of a rattling lid, Rowan's hands shake. In which swims a common goldfish.
Yeah. Yep, here you go.
Rowan shuts Frida's door, walks around the back of the car to the opposite side, opens the opposite door, climbs in, closes the car door, and buckles the seatbelt. Rowan is wearing a black tie, and Frida, meanwhile, taps on the jar, chewing at the tiny fish inside. Rowan watches Frida, vaguely amused. Will you be right to drive?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
But are you sure you
Yes,
have a few?
Thank you for coming.
I can drive you all, really.
It's alright, thanks.
There is more muffled footsteps on the gravel.
Goodbye.
A woman appears and walks towards the car dressed entirely in black. She opens the door and collapses heavily into the driver's seat. The woman, Beatrice, slams the door shut, jams the keys into the ignition. The engine roars to life and B jolts the car forward. Frida hugs the jar.
Bea, be careful.
She's still not speaking, huh?
She's in denial, that's all.
Nah, I think you've got the whole family in denial. Did you see the faces on that pack of great aunts when you told them?
Get them. I've tried, but I can't get them to reply their side.
Which side? With you, it's always either.
You know what I mean? Some people just aren't really capable of seeing what's really there, you know?
So you really think that fish is...
A fish. That's all it fucking is.
Ah, it speaks.
Listen, Beatrice. This creature is so much more than its physical body. She's so obviously her.
Rowan closes the glass jar.
Well, I can't see similarities.
Can you stop encouraging her, Rowan?
What, is that wrong?
Psychologically, morally, after what just happened today?
Were you embarrassed?
That doesn't even begin to cover it!
Frida flinches. She hugs the glass jar and closes to her chest.
Beatrice! Inside voice! Please, you're
This-
disturbing her!
This isn't your fucking alternative daycare session, Frida. What you've done today was disgusting
Disgusting! Excuse me,
and
but-
disrespectful. Disgusting and disrespectful.
Guys, calm down. B, you missed the exit.
B turns hard on the steering wheel as she takes the car into a new direction. The lid on the jar rattles, and Frida tries to keep it still as the water sloshes inside.
So, how's she going? Can't imagine she's too happy about that whole no eyelids thing.
B rolls her eyes, and Rowan chuckles at the joke.
She's fine. Kind of think she appreciates all the negative energy being created in here.
Hey, in case you two zoned out for the past 2 hours, that person we buried today, that was our mother, okay?
Well, it's possible. Plus, you might not even get to choose what you come back as. If we did, there'd be a lot more unicorns wandering about.
Rowan, please shut up.
Rowan sighs and looks out the window.
Listen, Beatrice. Mom's old body is an empty vessel. Her soul has decided to return, to start anew in a different form. She doesn't want to leave us yet.
And how would being a fish with 5-second memory help us at all?
Didn't scientists disprove that?
What?
That fish has 5-second memories. Look, there's a study that shows they can remember stuff for up to 5 months.
Why is this relevant, Rowan?
Well, I just thought it was.
Rowan peters out. They don't have the will to finish. Silence returns for just a moment.
Well, 5-second memory or not, Mom is here with us, and we need to accept that.
Or what?
What do you mean, or what?
What would happen if I didn't accept it? What would you do?
Well, I'm going to change your mind.
Frida clambers into the front seat of the car.
People just can't change like that. They can't change their beliefs just to suit your beliefs.
But
That's
I'm
not how people work.
I'm right, V.
Face it, you and Mum were major spiritualists. You should know that, surely.
B, you need to head left down here.
Shouldn't presume you weren't a part of anything.
B, the left turn.
In a sec, Rowan.
Rowan quickly looks out the window.
And there goes our street. Awesome.
Frida speaks to the fish in the jar.
I'm sorry about this, Mom.
I can't understand you. It's a fish.
Stop saying that! It's not
Can the
fair!
both of you just stop?
No, I won't stop until I can begin to understand why Frida embarrassed us in front of our entire extended family, doing this whole back from the dead fuckery without giving a second look at the coffin. Do you actually understand what's happened today, Frida?
What even gives you the right to... Hey!
Rowan shouts.
You two aren't the only ones that lost a parent here today, alright? Just stop it.
This shuts up both Beatrice and Frida. A heavy silence falls, broken only by the continuous rattle of the lid. B turns hard on the steering wheel, pulls to the side of a small suburban street. She puts the car in park, rolls down her window, reaches into her coat pocket and pulls out a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. Rowan starts as if to say something, but B holds up her hand.
Not today, okay? I don't need to hear it.
He lights up a cigarette, takes a drag, and blows a long plume of smoke at the open window. She sighs, composing herself.
Okay, look, Frida. I know you and Mum were into the whole meditative, mind over matter Buddhist stuff, and I was never really a part of it, so
Wow, nice apology.
Frida.
no, okay, it's okay. Frida,
Yes?
can I just say one thing I have against this whole fish?
Only one thing. Oh, do enlighten me, baby.
He stops for another drag in the cigarette. She considers before answering.
The one thing, the fucked up point of all this is, if you think about it, if we lived on the other side of the city, in a different suburb, with a different aquarium, with a dozen other different fish, I still think you would have pointed at any one of them and called it Mum. Do you get what I'm saying?
Frida stares down at the jar, and she shakes her head, childlike.
Now, I've talked a lot of crap about your beliefs, especially today, and I'm sorry, alright? Truly, but you can't deal with it like this. It's not healthy. Nothing can bring back a parent, not ever.
Rowan?
Frida looks to Rowan, desperate. Rowan only shrugs. She looks back down at the jar, but she's really looking at it now.
Wait here.
Frida readjusts the grip on the jar and opens the door. She exits the car and walks onto the street and out of sight. B and Rowan watch from their seats. B suddenly throws the cigarette out the window and unbuckles her belt.
Shit.
B opens the door, clambers out of the seat and onto the street. Leaving the door open, she walks towards Frida. Rowan leans forward over the driver's seat, staring.
Frida, don't!
The sound of glass cracking, water splashing. Silence. You only watch Ron's shocked gaze. Frida and Bea come into view. Their fronts, sopping wet, both looked shell-shocked. Frida has tears in her eyes. They sit back into their seats and shut the doors, one by one. They put the seatbelts on together. Everyone sits in silence, contemplating exactly what had just happened.
I'm sorry.
Frida only nods.
You just murdered Mom.
I think that's what she would have wanted.
Ron snorts, holding back the laughter. Frida manages a small smile, and Bea starts the engine. She starts turning the wheel. The end.